Welcome to my daily practice at Wendy Coad Art. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video.
Hi, my name is Wendy and I'm an artist. I've been an artist my whole life and I am excited to invite you into my studio and show you my art practice. I paint every day and I do acrylic on paper. I also do stencils. I draw. I organize my studio space. I do a lot of things. For me, art is about problem solving, so there's always little tricks and tools that I can share with you along the way. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Studio. I've been working on the panels for the last few days, still working, still percolating, I guess is a better word. And in the meantime, while I wait for the paint to dry or for me to decide what to do next, this is why I work on so many panels at any given time, is that they all have different stages of their progress, and so I don't like to rush it, and this is a way of allowing the process to take its time. In the meantime, I'm still painting, so I'm working on these panels here, which are, now that I'm viewing them via my camera, which is also a tool that I use when I'm in the middle of a painting process, or not even at the middle, try to get to it at the end of the painting process. And that is, I look at it through the camera lens because it really offers quite a different, just a different way to see. And often it will influence whether I decide that the painting is finished or whether there needs to be some more work done. So that's where I'm at right now with these panels. I'm very happy with how they have turned out. I may or may not continue to work on them now that I've seen them through the viewfinder. I'll put this back on the tripod here so that I can continue to work on the back wall. So that's a very useful tool that I have used over time. I'm really interested now to see how these look individually. I'm a bit surprised. Why am I surprised? This happens all the time. But I am a bit surprised that they have a feeling of completion. I should really move to these panels next. And but I am just going to take these off of the table and tear them up as I did in a previous video. Everybody seemed to like so much. So stay with me, and I think now I'm going to reposition my camera so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Get you a couple of angles there. Love these stands. Although maybe it's a little better from this side. Oops. Yeah. I'm going to get in the way, but that often happens anyway. All right, so now I've decided that these are ready. And, it might be too soon, meaning that, maybe they require a little more work, or I could go further with them. But I have plenty of opportunity to repeat this process and repeat this process. In fact, I might save this tape because it's coming off so nicely. It's it's not always doable, but I do like to conserve where I can, less to throw out. Whoa. I like that sound. That's the sound of art in the works. I mentioned on the last video that I did where I removed these pieces of tape that if things are stuck, by that I mean if the paper sticks to the tape, I use a blow dryer. I just get just a little blow dryer for the hair, and I warm up the tape, and it comes off much, much more easily. And this is true of all kinds of tapes. So the tape that's on the bottom of the vase that you bought at the at the store, or tape that's on something delicate that you want to remove without having to scrape too much. Ooh. Or use your fingernails. It will usually work. I mean, I haven't had an experience where it hasn't, but it's not something that I test on things other than paper and vases. I think I could make a video just of that sound. One last one. I don't think I'm going to be able to save much of this tape, but anyway, we'll see. Now I've got myself kind of squished in there with the cameras, and I have no idea where my screwdriver is, so I'll just try and take these out without that. So I made some of these shapes and patterns by putting paint on a piece of tin foil. You can wrinkle it up. You can get some really interesting variations. And I also will put the paint on the tin foil and then put my hand on and slide the tin foil underneath, and that'll give just kind of a different effect. Those are a few of the ones that I've come up with. I put the stencil down and moved the tin foil over the stencil to reveal the positive space there. Ooh, this is like Christmas. I get very excited when I'm taking paintings off the surface, because it's a statement of their completion, or my acknowledgement of their completion. I seldom change my mind. Sometimes I do. I really do need my screwdriver. For these, I really managed to get these staples in pretty well. So I'm doing okay here. I'm noticing a kind of a corrugated edge here on the top. This is where I tore I didn't actually tear the paper. I had a big roll of paper, and I wanted to divide it in two, and I took my power tools, took my jigsaw, and that did the job, but I was not terribly accurate. I measured it through the plastic that was protecting it, and of course, as that started to loosen, I got into trouble there with keeping it straight. but I really like the effect. I like how it turned out. All right, this is the last one. It's giving me a little bit of trouble here. I'm going to take something and try and get underneath it. Yeah. And voila. Now what I'm going to do, get rid of these staples and little bits of tape. I'm going, so, I love this. I'm going to get this camera. Excuse my hand. Now I'm going to show you how it looks before I remove it. Remember, there were 8 sections taped off. All right, so place this. And this is how I separate them. I just tear the paper. You do have to be careful to, I try and, not all of my edges are 90 degrees. Another, I don't know what to say, another, situation that does not bother me. I'm taking the palette knife and I'm just tearing the paper. Here's another little tip. If you tear the paper from the painted side, so I slide it in on the painted side, you won't get as much of a white line along the edge. But, I'm not really that bothered by white lines along the edge. Folding this one in half, and you can see with each one, it gets more specific to that subsection. These are actually kind of nice. It's so hard. It's so hard because I like the different combinations, the different variations. Well, for sure I'm going to tear this in half. And fold it back to the back side or the reverse side. Oh, having a little trouble with my palette knife. The glue holding the handle to the knife has deteriorated. These are quite nice just the way they are, as the longer panels. This is the piano that is about to fall. There's something so satisfying about these little paintings, smaller paintings that I'm doing here, because there's a little bit more of an immediacy. A small tends to feel a little more intimate. You have to, it's a smaller window to enter the image on with. Let's see if this is continuing. Not bad. That one's kind of nice too. Not sure if you can see these as I am seeing them. I do like that one quite a lot. And this one. Well, I like them all quite a lot. This is a good day. Now, I am tempted to leave them like this. And if I do, then I'm done. But I'm also curious to, to know how they're going to look, how they would look if I subdivided them one more time. So what I'm going to do is let's take a look, let's see. How does that look? Just on its own. This is going to be so difficult. Yeah, I really like this one. Let me show you that. Every time I move these things, how they turn off. So that's solo, and this is the entire piece. I think these, okay, I'm not going to decide right at the moment. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is solo. And this is the entire piece. You know, it's got that old Chinese, Japanese landscape feel with the large object above the foreground. Let me just see how this works. This shouldn't be so hard, and it's not. I'm just having fun looking at these. And the decision is, are they more complete, united, or can they be separated and still retain that same level of completion? Those had the figures. And these do not. These are the strictly abstract pieces. That is solo. And this is together. And solo. What do you think? I think that I like them. It's the same thing. I like them both ways. You know what I have to do is I have to stand them up on the wall. You know, I have to put them on the wall and maybe take a picture. Again, I really like this, the way that it is. Solo. Or together. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the gist of it. Okay. Now, well, I think this one was one that I felt pretty solid about separating. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think that works. For some reason, I feel like the figures can go solo, but the abstraction, I like together. That and that. Okay, so that is the work that I'm doing today. I'm going to glue this back together again, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next tape. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Now go make some art. So I'm so happy that you are joining me today, and maybe other days too. I'll take you through my day-to-day as an artist, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tape. Thanks for being here.